never thought I would cry this much watching the Yellowstone finale. I mean, we all know it wasn't really the perfect season due to Kevin Costner's departure and Taylor Sheridan's character Travis being comically involved, perhaps a bit too much, but still, I would be lying if I said my eyes didn't well up during John's funeral when Rip was thanking him one last time, when Thomas Rainwater looked in utter shock upon Casey's proposal, when Mo started singing in his native language, when the signs of Dutton existence were being removed, when Mo stopped the others who were destroying the tombstones of the Dutton family, and when we heard Elsa talking about the promise and how free land can never be owned.
141 years ago, my father was told of this valley, and here's where we stayed. 7 generations.
There was a beauty in this ending. It was time for a change, and that change happened in the finale. Let's talk about the final episode. I want to see what you thought of it as well. Did you love it? Did you hate it? We will also discuss the future of the show, the upcoming Beth and Rip spin-off, as well as the 4/6 show. Let's start, shall we? John's funeral. Saying goodbye to John was like saying goodbye to the show in a way. I kind of expected Jamie to attend the funeral as well, although it makes sense that he didn't, since he probably knew that if he did, Beth would kill him right on the spot. To me, the funeral being left off to the finale was appropriate, as I understand John's burial marks an end in itself. The only thing that slightly made me mad was Rip being mean to the priest. That was so unnecessary and uncalled for. However, every goodbye felt necessary, with Beth promising she would avenge her father's death, Casey saying that he forgives John, Linnell talking about wearing the tightest skirt, and Rip thanking the man he saw as his father. It was a fitting funeral. What did you think of this scene? Jamie's death. We all expected this, not all of us wanted it, but we all knew this would happen. In fact, I made a video a few months ago discussing the leaks from the end of Yellowstone. A few neighbors who hated the Yellowstone crew had actually leaked the end on Reddit, talking about how there were paramedics and police cars in front of Jamie's house and how they saw Beth being taken out of the house by paramedics. The same neighbor mentioned Rip being there as well, so I knew pretty much what would happen. Do I think Jamie deserved this death? Honestly, no. But do I blame the bad writing? 100% yes. For an attorney general, Jamie was depicted as quite stupid and as someone unable to do anything on his own. I do think he deserved better as a character. Do you think Jamie deserved this ending, or are you also aware of the poor writing for him and the non-existent character development, no, actually character regression? Also, why the hell does a single man have that much milk in his fridge? That's all I have to say, thank you. The end of Yellowstone. Letting the Broken Rock Reservation buy the land for $1.25 an acre as it was sold to the Duttons originally was a fitting end. As Elsa told us in the end, this land was supposed to stay with the family for 7 generations only. It was an unwritten promise that ended up being fulfilled. Now Yellowstone will be declared a wilderness area, nothing will be built on it, it will only be traversed by horse or foot. I mean, John and Thomas were always the two men who wanted to preserve the land and keep it pristine. Even though they had conflicts in the past, they were always mild, so this partnership makes so much sense. It was also nice for Casey to keep his small ranch with Monica and Tate, which was a sweet touch for sure, although I'm aware Monica haters won't be happy that she wasn't killed in some way. Beth and Rip spin-off. Beth, Rip, and Carter had a little family of their own on a small ranch in Dillon. Beth and Rip both seemed pretty happy to have each other and to live in a place where tourists are not allowed. Considering there's also a bar in town, it's heaven for Beth. For those who don't know, according to Variety, Kelly Riley and Cole Hauser are confirmed to return for a Yellowstone spin-off series focusing on their characters Beth and Rip's life after Yellowstone. Taylor Sheridan is confirmed to be working on it at the moment, and we also know that other Yellowstone characters might show up. The sources say this show will include Yellowstone in its title, so we can see it as Yellowstone Season 6 in a way. Now, what can this series be about? Some fans theorized that Beth would kill kill Christina and adopt Jamie's son. Neither Christina nor the little boy were mentioned in this episode, so either they are left to fend for themselves or this will be the subject of the spin-off. It also doesn't make sense for Beth to get out of killing Jamie so easily. The police seem to have believed everything, but really, a quick investigation would actually reveal foul play here, but the Duttons are always the smartest in the show, so I'm not surprised. Still, a conflict would be necessary for this spin-off series, so maybe the investigation continues there, or there are new enemies to deal with. What do you say? We could also watch Beth and Rip adopt a baby, although Beth is the last person on Earth who should be a mother. Beth and Rip spin-off as a romantic comedy? I'm in. The release date is probably sometime in 2026. Don't forget, in February we have 1923 season 2, and I'm so excited for that. In 2025, we also have The Madison, another show taking place in the Yellowstone universe with Michelle Pfeiffer and Kurt Russell. 4 Sixes. The entire season 5 part 2 was basically an ad for 4 Sixes. You all noticed that, right? The talks of a spin-off in the 4 Sixes ranch have been going on for over 2 years, but it's getting delayed and delayed. I think Taylor Sheridan still wants to do it. This explains why Teeter ended up there with Jimmy. She's one of the more interesting characters, so it makes sense for him to keep her there as part of the new spin-off. I just don't want any more of Travis, although I have to admit he was pretty funny in the finale.
Seatbelt, Emily. Not you, Jimmy. No one gives a shit if you live.
What is the release date for this spin-off? No one knows. I doubt even Taylor Sheridan knows it, but I'll be here if I find out anything else. If you want to learn more about the 1923 season 2 trailer and the newest details, check out this video.